Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Box Lunch. Or if you are catching this at dinner time, a little TV crafting dinner, right? Anyway, this week we're going to make some boxes for this Lipton tea and then these little sugar sticks. So we could probably make a box to fit both, but I don't know. We'll see. We're going to find out. So I'm super excited because look what I did for myself. I made myself a little template. I went on the Silhouette Studio and I just made a little template for myself. So it's very easy. You can do it. You can also do it in Word. You just make a table, a 5x5 table, and then just erase the lines and elongate this one. So, all right. So let's make a box for this, which it is 2.5 by 3. So I'm going to say 2.5 by 3 by 1/2 inch, because we can put a couple, like maybe 4.5 inch, right? All right, so I know this is 2.5, 2.5, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. And my 3 inches is going to be the up and down. So I can just write that anywhere. All right. Okay, so I know I need my 1/2 inch to cover, excuse me. Yeah, I need a 1/2 inch to cover my opening and then a 1/2 inch flap. So that's half. Actually, I should do that in red so y'all can kind of see that, because this is the up and down. 1/2 and 1/2. Okay, so my cardstock side. So what I'm going to do is add up the left to right. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. So 6.5 by, now I need to add up our red. So 1/2 plus 1/2, that's 1, plus 3, that's 4, 5. Okay. So now we know the long side is this here, so that's how we're going to do our score lines. We know we're going to have to do a 1/2 inch. We're going to have to do it at 3, 3.5, and then we'll just do it on the scoreboard, right? Because that's 3, 3.5, 5.5. Or maybe 6. I don't know. We'll look at it on the scoreboard. And as always, the correct measurements will be in the description box. Pity party for me. I did not get my paper ready. Okay, hold on. All right, I got this scrap of old olive and I need to cut it down to 6.5 by 5. Okay, so I am crafting in the tiniest little space because I'm working on a mini album. So yeah, I have barely any room. Okay, so I know on the long side we're gonna need that 1/2 inch because that was our first measurement. I need to add on the 2.5 inches, so that would be at 3. I need to add another 1/2 inch, so 3.5. I need to add another 2.5 inches, so that's 2, 4, 5. So that actually would be at 5, right? If you're not sure, you can always just ruler cheat it if you feel like you're not mathing correctly, or since it's going to be your last score line, all you got to do is pull it over and do that last 1/2 inch. Okay, so that is going to be at 6. So yeah, my math was wrong. Okay, so 1/2 inch, 3, 3.5, and 6. Okay, now we need to do our short side. So this is going to be our short side. So we know we need 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 3 inches, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, right? Okay, so put your short side on top. So you're gonna need a 1/2 inch. Now you need to add another 1/2 inch. So that's gonna be at 1. And then you're just gonna do the same to the other side. So 1/2 inch and 1. Or you're gonna call that 1/2 inch, 1, 1/2 inch, 1, 4 and 4.5. Okay, that's the way you want to do it. Right. Now our normal varnishing, where is a varnishing tool? Hey, here we go, here's one. All right, varnishing is your most important part of a box. Sometimes if you mismeasure slightly, you can correct it with just revarnishing your paper. So here we go. Okay, put our box at our starting position where our 2 score lines are at the top and bottom. Again, the same repetition. Don't need. We don't need the 4 boxes on the top right. And scissor cut or paper trimmer or X-Acto knife, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, here we go. While we are here, we are going to miter our flap. So just cut off a little triangle on both sides, like so. Okay, same repetition. Cut the score line, cut the score line, cut the first box, cut the first box off. Score line, first box. And again, your preference, if you want to half your tabs, you know, cut half off, you can. You don't have to. I do. All right, so cut up that score line. Cut the first box. This one I'm going to do just a tiny bit into the tab. I didn't cut half off because then it would be too small. Actually, 1/2 inch, you probably don't have to cut any additional off, but I already did, so. Okay, and miter, and miter. What we do to the top, we need to do to the bottom. Cut on that score line, cut the box, and miter, and miter. Last score line, cut up the score line, cut that top box off, and miter, and miter. Return to starting position, get your corner rounder, round your corners for your flap. What you do to the top, you always do to the bottom. Okay. Well, let me do this side. And then do the same. I think my corner chomper is on its way out. I've had it for a long time. Okay, back to starting position. Close your box. Glue. Of course, my glue decides to be stuck, so I have my little needles in my little Tic Tac container, which they're probably glued in there because I have a bad habit of not wiping the glue off before I stick it back in. These bottles are from Amazon. because I like this size. They wouldn't get clogged as much if I put the lid back on, but I don't always put the lid on. And this one got smashed. So, all right, so line your box up. And there you are, your box is done. Quick 10-minute box. And and you're gonna put your tea inside. So maybe you can't fit 4. I can fit maybe 3. 2 or 3. I think 2 is perfect though. Right? Okay. Perfect. We can decorate it real quick and then we'll make another box because this was super fast. Let me put this. Okay. I emptied out my trash bin and it was in the kitchen. All right, so I'm taking the teas out. I'm gonna flatten my box. I'm gonna pick some of the leftover paper. Let me see if there's anything on here that I want. Let's see. There we go. That's perfect. Don't have to do too much decorating, so I know this is 3 by 2.5. So I'm gonna make this 2 7/8. I may not be able to fit this on there without cutting too much of it off. I don't want to cut so much of it off. It's okay. I just don't want to cut into the words. There we go, that's perfect. Okay. So again, we are not agonizing over our paper choices because we're going to trust in our collection. We're going to trust in our skills. And we also know that if we were doing this for craft fairs and non-crafty people, more than likely they're just going to throw it away. Okay. I do want a little sticker on here, or just something for that bottom piece. Let's see, I have a little scrap of something right here. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Let's get a little sticker in there just for some extra visual. Let's do... Let's just do a little leaf, I think. Nope, I'm gonna do, and I want some color down here is what I'm trying to agonize. What we are not gonna agonize because what I just said, and we have things to do. So I'm just gonna look through this one more time. And I think I want to put, it says, and all at once it was autumn. And I think I'm gonna put forever fall. That's what I'm gonna put right here to break up some of that darkness. And I love that. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna do with it. Okay. So let's go ahead and close this up. Put our tea back in there. Actually, I'm gonna make this forever fall not crooked because it was very crooked. Okay. Okay, so I'm just putting the tea back in there, any old which way. There we go. Okay, let's do a sugar box. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. And these are just sugar, like sticks of sugar. So let's go ahead and get us another template right here. And we are going to do, let's see, our item size is 4 1/4 by 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. That's what I'm going to give it. So 4 1/4 by 1/2 by 1/2. So 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. And red pen. So 4 1/4 is the up and down. I know I'm gonna need a 1/2 inch here to cover that 1/2 inch, the 1/2 inch top piece, remember? And then I'm gonna need another 1/2 inch flap. A lot of 1/2 inches here, right? I should do those in red. Okay, so my cardstock size, it's 1, 2 1/2. So 2 1/2 by, let's see, 4 1/4, 5 1/4, 6 1/4. Okay, right. So we already know on the, so the long side is going to be your length. And so I know I need, so we're looking at this 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, give it a 4 1/4, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. So 1/2 and 1 on either side. And then let's figure out our measurements for the other piece. So I need a piece that is 2 1/2 by 6 1/4. So this one, you can get a few of these boxes on here. Okay. So actually I did this the wrong way. On the long side, we're going to do 1/2 and 1 on either side. Okay, so 1/2. We're scoring on the long side at 1/2 and 1 on either side. So 1/2 and 1. So that comes out to 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 5 1/4, and 5 3/4 if you want to do it that way. Okay. Again, the correct measurements will be in the description box. Now on the short side, we need the short side, so I need to do 1/2 inch. All right. Add a 1/2 inch to that, so that would be 1. So 1/2, 1, 1 1/2. I hope this works. I don't want to redo this video. And then 2. Okay, so I did the box for literally 1 stick. I meant to do it for 2, but that's okay. It's going to be for 1 stick. I didn't think that through. When I was doing my width, I should have put both of them side by side. But that's okay, so we'll have a tiny little box for 1 sugar stick. It's going to be so cute. Again, we're going to varnish. And varnish. Okay, this one's going to be a little tough to cut out because it is so small. And if we have time, I'll do a box for 2 sugar sticks. But this would be really cute for like 1 little honey stick. You can sell it for like 50 cents or even $1. All right, so it doesn't, both sides are going to be equal because everything's a 1/2 inch. But again, your same thing. You don't need the 4 boxes on the right hand side. Okay, so 4 boxes, right hand side. Okay. We're gonna cut up our score lines, take off the first box, miter our corners, okay. Ooh, this is a tough one to cut, and I already know that I did not cut this really well. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, do the same to the other side. We're gonna go ahead and cut up the score line. Cut your box, cut your box. I probably should have used my little scissors for this, but I didn't. Okay, sheesh. And miter our flap, and miter our flap. Okay, how in the heck am I gonna corner around this? It works. Huh. All right, cool stuff. This should have probably been like a scissors rounder because it does not work. All right, so I'm just gonna miter my corners. Excuse me, I'm just gonna round my corners with the scissor. If you have a smaller corner rounder, it probably would work better than what I just did. All right, time to close our box. And close. Okay. Oh, this is so tiny, but it is so cute. You know what? This would be great for a sequin mix. All right, what's going on here? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I didn't let it dry. That's what I did wrong. There we go. Okay. So one little sugar stick fits perfectly in this tiny little baby box. Oh my gosh, this box is so cute. There we go. So you have your little sugar stick. You can even stack them depending on your design. That would be super cute too. Or sell them side by side. You can do like this one for, 75 cents and this one for, a quarter, and then just sell it for $1 or whatever the case may be. But this is a great tube for sequin mix. All right, so 23 minutes, we can knock out another box. Let's go. Let's do 2 sugar sticks side by side so you have like a little bit bigger box. Just because I'm having fun making these boxes. All right. So we need our template, and I love using the template, not gonna lie. So we already know it's 4 1/4 the length by, let's put 2 together, ruler. We're gonna go fast. I'm gonna call this 1 inch. It's a little over 1 inch. That's okay, we're gonna call it 1 inch. So 4 1/4 by 1 by 1, okay? So I know 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then we have, we need the 1 inch gap to cover our 1 inch hole, and then I only want a 1/2 inch flat, so 1/2 inch flat. So my cardstock, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by, remember this was 4 1/4 is the up and down. So 4, 5, 6, 7 1/4. Right? 4, 5, 6, 7 1/4. Yep. Okay, so that's the long side. So long side, I'm gonna need 1/2 inch and 1 1/2 on both sides. Short side, we're gonna go at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was the easy math there. Okay, our paper, 5 by 7 1/4. We can get 2 boxes out of 1 sheet of paper. That's a winner. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut my paper down 7 1/4. By 5, so I can get my 2 boxes out of here. Well, I really only need 1, so oh well. Save my scraps for later. Okay, follow our thing. Short side, let's go. 1. Okay, so we were at 1 inch. Sorry, my phone was ringing. 2 inches. 3 inches. And 4. 11 boxes are super easy to math. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do our other flap. So we need to go at 1/2 inch and 1 1/2 on both sides. So 1/2 inch and 1 1/2. So that would be 1/2 inch, 1, 5 3/4, and 6 3/4. If you want to do it, if you're on your scoreboard, don't want to rotate your paper. So 5 3/4 and 6 3/4. Okay. So I should probably be writing what these are. This is the double sugar one up here. This was the single sugar. This just helps me when I put it in the description box, so that way I know which one goes to what. This is the tea bags. Okay. All right. So same thing, same process. Boxes are not scary. Once you get that formula down, and again, the math, you'll start doing your fractions like you are a whiz kid, or you just cheat and take your ruler and measure the next measurement that you need, or do it on a calculator or Google. It doesn't matter. Yep, same process. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut them out. And for this box, I'm just going to keep going on the bottom. I'm going to cut my score line up, my score line up, take off the top box and the tab, miter this side, and start with the other side. What you do to the bottom, you need to do to the top. So we're going to go ahead and get this done. Yep, I already mitered that side. So see, I do my boxes, it doesn't matter what you cut first, as long as you get the same end cuts, you're fine. And I forgot to miter my flaps, so that's a problem. Okay, and I need to miter my other side because I forgot. And we're gonna corner around our tabs in just a second. Okay. In case you're wondering, I'm using the 1/4 inch side. I think a 1/2 inch would be too much, but you determine what you want on your box. Okay, so punch or corner around your other side. Check the box to make sure it's going to close. Okay. And make sure you're getting that edge. Okay. All right, so the box is done. Give it a second to dry. All right, so we can add, this would probably fit about 3 of these, 3 or 4. 2 are fine, but like 3 or 4 would probably fit better in there. Let's see. Yeah, 3 fits perfect in there. So however many you want. You can always do your finger pulls too. Like if you have the smaller circle punches, you can just add those in there or just cut a little notch in there. And then all we have left to do is to decorate these. Oh, see, okay. My box, I knew it was too long. I just didn't feel like cutting it. But this is what happens if you don't cover that or cut the flap down enough. But once you have your pattern paper, you won't be able to see that little double line. It won't lay flat from both sides. That's okay. All right, so there are your boxes. These ones will be super easy to decorate. All right, there you are, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.